So welcome to Mindvine TV, and welcome. I would like to thank Bill Walker for joining us today, who joined us for our 100th anniversary event, 100 years to 100 anniversary, and played our original superintendent, Dr. James Forster. Thank you for being here today.
My pleasure.
Was it one of the most unusual calls that you received in the last 10 years?
By far, it was the most unusual. And when I've told a couple of colleagues what I was doing, they're going, "What? How did you even get involved with that?" So yes, it was. It was a really great call, though.
I try to remember. I went on a website looking for actors, trying to find someone that kind of, and then I thought, well, you teach at the Trinity, amazing, and but you never know what kind of response you're going to get.
Well, they gave me a glimpse as to what I'm going to look like in my older years as well. So yeah. I just have to find the tweed suit now. But
so just to give a little background of your work in theater and the work that you do today.
Sure, I've been an actor and director for 40 years, more or less. And I had the arts program at Trinity College School. I had the drama program as well. So one of the great things is that opportunity to work with youth and to explore a variety of different societal issues through plays. And we do a lot of work in terms of plays that deal with mental health and well-being. It's becoming a very strong focus of our school as well. So this is a great tie-in for me.
And that's great to see such a flourishing program. You know, often arts are the things that get cut in schools, and for
Absolutely.
some kids, this is as much as athletics and things, this is their journey to a career. And I'm sure you've seen a lot of kids come through your program that have gone on to do amazing things.
We have been very fortunate. We have a number of alumni now that are working actors and film directors and screenwriters. So it's been a great pleasure to see that happen.
Do they come back and touch base with you after?
They do, actually, yeah. They keep in touch. And now with the advent of social media, it's just a click away. So it's just great to keep in touch.
Now, that's great. Now, it was just by accident, but it comes up more often than not when we reached out to you that you have a very personal connection to this hospital. I wonder if you'd share a little bit about that, please.
Yeah, what was really, it was really quite extraordinary first to get the call and to be able to come here and to see the facility now. But I remember the facility 52 years ago. In 1966, my grandfather, who was a Great War veteran, served at Vimy Ridge, and it was later became a prisoner of war, actually, till the end of the war. But he was suffering from the onset of dementia and Alzheimer's, and this was the facility that best suited his needs at the time. So he was in one of the old cottages, and I was 10, my brother was 5 years old, and we would come out every other weekend with my mom and my grandmother. We would visit. My father would take us down to the shore and go fishing because he wasn't sure that we wanted to stick it out the whole time. But I do have fond memories of all of those trips down that we made. And the remarkable thing, and I've heard stories of this before, but just toward the end of his life in '68, he was completely lucid, he understood everybody, he knew who everyone was. So that was sort of the blessing right before the end of his days. But again, it was just that, coming out here and knowing that he was well looked after, and it was really quite extraordinary.
Did that change? It's interesting to be introduced at such a young age. You weren't kept away from it, and you were brought out. So, did that change your perspective on how you talk about mental illness growing, like your view of it?
I think it had a profound impact on even just the career that I chose. I mean, at that time, in the late 1960s, Bobby Kennedy was a great advocate for social change and working with the poor and those who are disenfranchised and suffering from mental illness. So between the exposure to that and the exposure here, I think that had a lot to do with me picking a career that was going to be working with children and trying to make a difference in some way.
That's fantastic. Yeah. That's great. Well, thank you very much for being with us today.
My pleasure again.
We hope you stay in touch.
We certainly
will.
Lots
of things going on, and sharing your story, and that's amazing. We appreciate your time.
I appreciate that. Thanks so much. Okay. Cheers.
Thanks. Great.